There are tons of videos out on this one, but I'm gonna do another one. FPV, Radiolink can do it on their transmitter, and you can see it on the screen over here, so that's cool. I'm gonna do it my way, and I've seen everybody put it over here or over here, and yeah, I have a solution for that. So this one is going to be soldered on here, and this one is going to be soldered on the battery.
Blah, blah, blah.
On red, black on black, black on black, red on red. Normally, lights goes on. It's transmitting. So the transmitter is on. I made a file FPV or the new thing here, and we're going to get this into that thing over here. So we have power from the transmitter, and we're going to put this one in there like that. Now it comes on here, video input. We're going to put OK. So we have already the second image. I'm going to put the cab off, so we're going to see something over here. And I'm going to put the battery in there. So normally you're going to see something pop up. See? There it is. There it is, guys. You can see it. It works perfect. But I'm going to put this over here. You can see my table. Okay, it doesn't stand. Maybe if I put it on here. It doesn't want to sit down. Okay. Now you can see the ceiling. See the ceiling. And like I said, everybody is putting it over here, and I don't like that. So I designed something, and that's this thing over here. And you can shove it in like this. It was like this. You can put some double-sided tape on this side, put some double-sided tape on this side, shove it over here, and then you can tape it underneath here like that. And when everything goes well, you can bend this up like that, and it stays nice in there. And I made it like this so you can still touch the button. So let's mount everything up, and then you'll see what I mean. So this is the part that I'm talking about, and as you can see, when you mount it up like this on your transmitter, and this is with Velcro tape taped on the transmitter on this side. You can slide it in like that, Velcro tape it over here, so you can always take it off. And when you take it off, this sits underneath there with no problem whatsoever. You can even put it, because I have this thing on there. There are people that want to have these knob, so you can even put it more on the front like that. See? And a little bit crooked too, if you want to, like that. So that's all possible, and it doesn't hinder anything. When this comes in there, see, it sits there perfectly. Also, this thing gets hot. I bought something. It's a very small fan, and maybe I'm going to design something. I don't know. I'm going to see what voltage this fan runs. I have to look it all up. Clean it up real good with brake cleaner. Also this thing, I also cleaned this up with brake cleaner. I'm gonna use double-sided tape on there. I'm gonna mount it up like this. So, not like that, because it's a little short here on the button. So I don't want that. I want it up like this. That's it. Rub it on real good. Not going to put it on immediately. I'm going to close this up. This is very dangerous. What do I want on this side? I'm not going to use double-sided tape. I'm going to use Velcro on this thing because I want to remove it. And I'm going to use not complete Velcro because then it's maybe too tough to get it out. So I'm going to use a little piece of Velcro on there. So when I put it on there and it's dry, when I want, I can pull it out. And you don't need FPV. You don't need to don't need to take it with you. You know what I mean? So clean this one up, clean that one up, and look for Velcro. In the meantime, let me tell you about this. I watched a lot of videos, of course. I watch YouTube too, so everybody says it's going to be hot. Plus, I saw a lot of people to use the glue gun to mount these things on somewhere. So I started thinking, why don't we integrate a ventilator on there? So I searched for it a long time, and this is it. I'm gonna let that sit and blow over here on this side, like that. So this thing, I'll put a link down below, of course. This thing works until 5 volts, so, and the battery here is 3.7, so that doesn't matter. So we can integrate it over here, like that. So I started designing again, and I came up with this thing. You can push it in. There's a knob. I made an opening for that one. You can push it in like that, and you can push it really good in there. You can even glue gun this in there. And this, you can push it in on the rear, like that. I even made a little tiny opening for the blob over there. Okay, other side, like this. And then it blows against this thing and the air comes out there and there. Let me know what you think. And you can already see it. You can mount this thing everywhere. Well, this wasn't easy. So everything is mounted up, and yeah, I put some hot glue everywhere. And I put this in there. Now you cannot put it wrong. See, it starts to blow and the camera is active. You can see it's over here. It's transmitting now. There's only one caveat with this thing, but you'll see it in a minute. I'm gonna take this out. Also, I glued with double-sided tape this to my transmitter, and now this is with Velcro, and you can stick it in there like that, and it doesn't fall out. See, it sits in there, and you have to really tear it off. So now we're going to put everything in there, and this is the standard battery that's in the transmitter. It's not a higher capacity or something like that, so it's all transmitter is all standard. So we put it in there. I think it sits good, and weight is evenly balanced, so I'm gonna put it on. Welcome to Radiolink. Okay, because this is plugged in, normally it will. Okay, I have to put the cab off. Let's see, push it in there. It wasn't deep enough in there. Okay, so there it is. We have view. Hello, here am I. So this works perfect, and you can also put it on your cell phone. You don't need this one. No, you don't need that one. So you can pull that out. So this one goes into here like that, and this one goes into the port underneath. USB-C, USB-C. And then he says USB camera opener with USB video. Okay, and that's a app you can download. Oh, that works too. So now I'm going to plug this in. And here it is. The image is real good, but yeah, you can already hear it. This makes a lot of noise on this. So if you want to do this and you're going to record on that stuff here, but we can adjust. Maybe we can adjust brightness, saturation, white balance. Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff on these things. Settings, audio settings, okay. Wait a minute. Audio settings. You cannot take it off. No. So that's too bad. But you can see the image is real good, real nice. You can see everything. There's my Creighton, there's my Outcast, my Felony over there. Oh, but this blows. Can I stop it? I'm gonna stop it very short, otherwise I don't want to burn it. Oh, yeah, it makes noise. Maybe it's not from that. Guys, if you know if the noise is from something else, let me know, because I think it's from the ventilator. But overall, I'm very happy with this thing. I was searching the settings over here, and I found where you can put the sound off. So you have to go into here, and then you go to settings. Okay, you go down, and then you go down, audio playback. You put that off. I think that was on. Let's listen. See? So when you have that sound, you go to settings and you go down. Play the audio of UVC device. You put that off. So that's it. Also, when you want to record on a SD card, you have to put it on, because it's not, see, safe to use SD card, USB stick. So you have to put that on. There's no SD card in there. I'm gonna put an SD card in there so I can record some footage on this cell phone, and that's a lot easier for you to see how the camera quality is and stuff. I did design this 3D printed mount here to put this on there like this, and then I can put the camera with Velcro tape on there, so I can realign it how I want. It's an M3 screw that you can fit in there, and it even fits in this hole without not on there. That's good.
10 seconds later.
I mounted it up like this. What do you think about it? How do you think it looks? I think it's going to be awesome. The antenna is going to bend when the lid is on there. That's not so bad. We're going to put the transmitter on, and this thing, I'm gonna plug this in here, over here. That has to go like that. And I already showed you that I made this mount. So we're gonna put it in there. Stuck. Going to put the transmitter on.
Welcome to Radiolink.
Then we're going to select the Bronco, of course. Here it is. Select. That's very important. We're going to open this little tab. Again, this is with a standard battery in there. Now this thing gets power. Plug this in. This little menu comes up. Video input, okay. You're not going to see anything because it's not powered on here yet. I'm gonna plug it in. You can hear the fan blowing, and you're not going to see anything yet because there's a little cap on there. And here's the view. See? For instance, if you have these goggles, and look what you can see over here. You can really drive FPV. So you can have same images, one over here, one over there. This is receiving both, so that's cool. And if you have another one like that, you can connect it to your phone, and then you can record. You can record over here too. So that's very cool. So we can go real FPV on this thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drive this outside, and I'm going to show the video camera on here so you can see how it is in this goggles. I'm going to drive without the body, and there's a good reason for that, and I'll show you here why. See the body, it's pretty not pretty at least. Look, as you can see through it, you cannot see completely good through the window. So to give the best experience on there, I'm going to drive without the body. Normally you attach the camera on top of the body or something like that, so you can have the better angle and a better view. I did it inside. If the window was a little bit more, how do you call it, better see-through, then it would be awesome to have that luxury. But at the moment I don't have that luxury. Maybe if I have another body. This is already picking up. Now we're going to put the box goggles on. There it is. I'm going to let this stand like that, and I'm going to drive it over here so you can see both things are working. I'm going to drive in my garden like that, and I'm going to simple drive from out of my shed here. I hope I don't crash into something. Okay, I forgot to put the car on. Car on, and let's go. Excuse me for the mess. Now I'm outside, and look, you can see on that screen it's very clearly picking everything up. This is a little bit less vibrant from colors and everything, but I think it's pretty good. This is full speed, passing here. Awesome. I'm not going to drive on the grass. I have a dog. People that have a dog know what I mean. There are my chickens. Great. Awesome. So you can do this with multiple things. Maybe I can go on the log. I have a log laying over there, still in the ground. I know the dog doesn't come over there. See? Let's see if I can, yeah, underneath. So you can, great. I'm driving on this screen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not looking at the other screen. I'm solely driving on this screen. I can go inside if I want to. I don't know if my dog is going to like that. Where is he? I don't know where he is. Normally this is his. No, he's not on this. I think he's outside. There he is. He's a little scared, you see? He ran outside. He doesn't like the cars that I'm driving. Yep. This is awesome. Look, this is what I mean. Yes. But this thing, don't run it without a fan because it gets real hot. Now it's not that hot. It's a little bit warm. And still there's a fan on there, so Don't run it without a fan, or you have to have a lot of airflow on there. Pay attention on that thing. A huge shout out to Radiolink for sending me these parts and to try them out and to come up with that little construction over there. So Radiolink, thank you very much. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye.